The main news in Britain is that quake which hit last night, and I got to say, 24-hour news is at its finest when something like this has happened.
Text still coming in on the earthquake last night. We woke up, the bed was shaking, the blinds on the window rattling. All you could hear was loud rumbling. That's from Rick Henthorpe in Curtin Lindsay in Lincolnshire.
Yes, always go to Rick Henthorpe if you can. There's no point asking any experts what's happened. Find out what Rick Henthorpe thinks. That's what I always do whenever there's a natural disaster. Where's Rick Henthorpe? Someone get a text in from him.
Sandra Cutland from Leicester, both myself and my husband were watching television when the earthquake struck. We've got 5 hamsters. They all went crazy just before 1 a.m. It felt like a juggernaut came through the house. The house shook. The earthquake scared us, but we knew what it was. Poor hamsters.
The humanity! Everyone forgets about the hamsters at a time like this. It's all about us, isn't it? How many of us survived? It's tough for those hamsters. Unbelievable. But they did. They had loads of emails and texts all day. It's incredible. Let's have a look.
Edward Palashinsky in Rugby says, I live in Rugby. The tremor was quite severe. It was about the same as the Dudley quake in 2002, which was 5 on the Richter scale.
Yeah. Yes, I remember the Dudley quake of 2002. We barely noticed that one either, but it was...
Claire Smithson in Manchester says, I was woken by a very loud rumbling noise, as though a train was passing right through my house, and my bed rattled for at least 12 seconds. I woke up terrified, and I knew straight away that it was an earthquake.
Oh, get you. I knew straight away it was an earthquake. It was a shaking. Very briefly, I thought it was a train coming through our house, but then I thought, no, that's silly. This will definitely be an earthquake. Still, I thought of the metaphor now. I may as well send a text.
And Willie Callaghy, North Wales. I was at work at the Morrison's store in Denbigh. 3 bottles fell off the shelves.
Now, anyone of a nervous disposition, you may wish to look away now, because we're going to recreate just what that carnage might have been like at Morrison's in Denbigh. I mean, who knows what these people went through, but perhaps, just perhaps, it could have been something rather like this. You clap, but you weren't there. Sir Bob Geldof and Richard Curtis have already started plans for quake aid and hope to raise as much as £63 for a man whose chimbley fell off. Ah! Earthquake! No, it's all right, it's all right. Top Gear are recording in the next door studio. It's probably just Richard Hammond parking his car. Either that or Jeremy Clarkson trying on some new jeans. Yeah, it's Clarkson. So, what actually causes earthquakes? Well, homosexuality. You know it's true. That's what Israeli MP Shlomo Benizri said this week. He called on the Israeli parliament to stop passing legislation on how to encourage homosexual activity in the state of Israel, which anyway brings about earthquakes. Are you sure? If you're an Israeli MP and you want to know what great and rumbling terrible force makes people's houses fall down, try looking at your fleet of military-grade bulldozers and your retarded policies, you dick. How on earth do gays cause earthquakes? I mean, what's this man's theory? God's up there going, right, if you lot don't stop loving each other in the bum and drinking from the furry cup, I'm going to do some extraordinarily petty and indiscriminate shaking. Look, I know some gay men who enjoy pretty rough sex, but an earthquake, I mean, that's bumming on a whole other level, isn't it? Did the earth move for you? Yes, it did. And what's more, next door's house has fallen down. Good, I didn't like their drapes. Shall we do it again? Moving on, it's...